Greetings and salutation, folks, and welcome back to Have You Met Ottawa? Your one-stop shop for all things about living in the National Capital Region. I'm your host, Vincent Sabourin, and I hope you're hungry today because today's show is all about food. Now let's kick things off for those of you who'd like to be aware of how much you'll be spending when you go to the restaurant. Here's a good friend of the show, Natalie Bainbridge, with some information about the best restaurants in Ottawa at different price points.
Food is something universally loved, no matter where you are, so we've decided to compile a list of the 3 best restaurants in each category: fine dining, mid-range, and cheap eats. In the fine dining category, we have Gezellig, Atelier, and Becta Dining and Wine. These 3 establishments offer full service with specific detail to the courses, running on the more expensive side. The decor and ambiance they provide is high quality and truly sets themselves apart. These spots are ideal for business dinners and first dates. Our mid-range category holds Hunter's Public House Restaurant, Sansatai Ramen, and Absinthe. You can expect good food at a reasonable price and a relaxed ambiance, ideal for dinner with some friends or even a second date. The cheap eats category is where you'll get the most bang for your buck. These restaurants provide high-quality food at very low prices. La Bottega, Cumberland Pizza, and Cosmo Souvlaki are somewhere you don't want to miss on your way around town without blowing your budget. Hopefully these restaurants come on your radar the next time you find yourself looking for somewhere to eat in Ottawa.
Thank you, Natalie. Now between you and I, you can't go wrong with the Elgin Street Diner's Breakfast Burger. Yeah, you heard me. Breakfast Burger. Don't knock it till you try it. But folks, let's not ignore the elephant in the room. With the pandemic at its worst in Ottawa right now, it might not be the best idea to go to a restaurant. Here's home cook Christine Roscoe bringing the flavors from Ottawa's restaurants into her own home.
Hey everyone, I'm Christine and welcome to my kitchen. Ottawa is in another lockdown, so unfortunately we can't go out to our favorite restaurants. So today I'm going to be cooking from Ottawa Cooks. Ottawa Cooks is a cookbook that features recipes from Ottawa's restaurants. And today we're going to be making Edgar's rustic tomato tart. Here's what you'll need. For the pâte brisée, 1 1/4 cup of flour, half a cup of butter, half a cup of iced water, 1 teaspoon thyme. For the filling, 5 tomatoes, pepper, 3 cups of breadcrumbs, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 cup each of basil and parsley, 1/3 a cup of olive oil, 1 1/2 cup of manchego grated. For the pâte brisée, we're going to combine the flour in a food processor with the butter, and we are going to pulse this until it makes like sand. And now I'm going to just add some of the water and pulse it back up until it comes into a ball. And then we add our thyme. Wrap the dough loosely in saran wrap and then find someone to put it in the fridge for you for 30 minutes. Thank you. Cut and arrange your tomatoes on a parchment-lined baking sheet and then season with black pepper. Then pop them into a 350-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes until they're dried out. In a food processor, combine the breadcrumbs, basil, parsley, garlic, and salt. Then slowly add the olive oil until it forms a paste. All right, get your dough out of the fridge and then you're going to roll it out on a floured surface until it is 1/4 inch thick. After it's rolled out, you're going to put it into a 9-inch pie plate. We're now going to start building the tart. We're going to do that by alternating layers of our ingredients. So we're going to start with the herb paste, followed by the tomatoes, and then we're going to finish with the cheese. Repeat that until we are all out of ingredients, making sure we save some of that cheese for the top. All right, so now we're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, or until the top is golden brown. And there you have it, a rustic tomato tart from Edgar. Thank you all for watching, and remember to support local this pandemic.
Wow, I'm an awful cook, I know that for a fact, and she made that look so easy. You can get your own copy of Ottawa Cooks at Pot and Pantry on Elgin Street and at Black Squirrel Books on Bank Street. And don't go away, when we come back, we'll be exploring the healthier side of Ottawa's restaurants. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Now, Ottawa's restaurant scene has a lot to offer. The styles and cultures represented here run the gamut. But what about those who don't want to feel like garbage after going out to the restaurant? Out of the gate, one of the best vegan restaurants in Ottawa is Pure Kitchen. With locations in Canada and Westboro, there's no reason not to visit them. With their emphasis on choosing healthy ingredients and supporting local, not only will they fill your belly, they'll also help your conscience when you make a purchase.
Well, other than being a sucker for punishment, Olivia and I really saw a gap in the Ottawa market for healthy, fun food.
Don't you dare visit them and not buy a vegan poutine made with cashew cheese. Next time you're allowed to have a game night, pick some up and you may just turn your friends into vegans. This next restaurant has been recognized by Best Health magazine as one of the healthiest restaurants in the country. The Table in Hintonburg boasts some serious flavors. Chef and owner Simon Saab has curated a menu with some Italian and Middle Eastern classics like lasagna and kebab. And would you believe me if I told you fruit could taste like chicken? Well, believe it. Their jackfruit tacos will trick your taste buds and make you believe the impossible. Trust me on this. We have a very special guest for you all today. We have an athlete from Ottawa, Ben Amro. Ben Amro, how are you today?
I'm great, Vincent. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. So right off the bat, what kind of sports do you do?
Oh man, I'm much more of a winter sport kind of guy, I gotta say. I do a lot of cross country and downhill skiing, snowshoeing on the occasion, right? If you were to consider that a sport or exercise, I guess. Not a lot of team sports. I've been attracted to kind of like team sports, which is interesting. But definitely a lot of skiing, both kinds of, downhill and cross country, like I said, in the wintertime. And in the summer, I like to, keep it busy with running and lots of hiking. And those are basically my go-tos.
Well, those are still pretty intense sports. I mean, what kind of meals do you eat before to help you kind of stay energized? And what kind of foods do you avoid?
It's a really good question. A lot of people are on the whole craze of, Red Bulls and whatnot, and Gatorades and kind of artificial sugars. And I think the best thing that you can have before any kind of intensive exercise or whatever is really just long-lasting energy foods. Like avocado is one that people are raving about being like a superfood, right? It's so good for you, and it's just gonna keep you going. I usually will have like a banana half an hour or an hour before I do any kind of like running or some sort of high intensity cardio sport. And then, you can never go wrong with peanuts or a Cliff Bar or granola bars for that matter.
And you just clarified, thank you, that you don't drink Red Bull. What are your hydration go-tos? Do you have any secret drink that, makes you more energized?
Besides from coffee, which is an every morning drink for me. I just keep it simple to water. I used to have Gatorades whenever I was doing any kind of workouts or activities like that. But I find that, you become dependent on them when every time you're about to do a workout, and it eventually adds up to costing a lot. And if you can get by with just water, I think you're on a good path.
I know you eat very healthily, but if you could have one cheat meal, what would it be?
Oh boy. You know what? One cheat meal, which but I gotta say nachos are something that you're gonna have to take away from me. I can't stop eating them. I'll eat till I can't move anymore.
Well, when the quarantine's over, Ben, we'll share a platter together.
Okay.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Vincent.
And with that, that's all the time that we have. Thanks to Natalie, Christine, and Ben for participating in our show today. Don't forget to support local, and we'll catch you next time on Have You Met Ottawa?